In a small, humble village nestled between green hills and winding rivers, lived a young man named Daniel. Though he was the heir to a massive fortune in the city, Daniel wore old clothes, walked dusty roads, and lived in a small rented hut. But why? Daniel had grown tired of women who loved his wealth, not his heart. That's when he met Amara. Beautiful, charming, proud, Amara was the most admired young woman in the village. When Daniel first approached her, her eyes sparkled not with love, but with curiosity. She wondered why a poor man like him would dare to speak to her. But Daniel was kind, gentle, and persistent. Over time, she gave in and became his girlfriend. But love built on lies rarely holds. Soon, Amara grew tired of Daniel's shabby clothes and empty pockets. She began comparing him to another man in the village, Marcus. Marcus wasn't truly rich, but he looked it. He wore fine clothes, borrowed his cousin's expensive horse, and always boasted of riches and lands he didn't own. Blinded by appearance, Amara started dreaming of a life with Marcus' fine silk dresses, golden bracelets, and grand houses. Her heart drifted. Her love for Daniel turned to disgust. And then, she made a choice. One rainy evening, Amara lured Daniel into the forest, pretending they were going for a walk. In her hand, she carried a small vial of poison. Her plan was simple: eliminate Daniel and make room for her future with Marcus. But fate had other plans. Just as she prepared to drop the poison into Daniel's drink, lightning struck a nearby tree. The loud crack startled her, and she dropped the vial. It shattered on the ground, inches from her foot. Daniel, confused and alarmed, saw the fear in her eyes. He didn't understand what she was doing, but he knew enough to leave. Silently, he turned and walked away, out of the forest and out of the village. The village whispered his name for a few weeks. Then, he was forgotten. Amara, now with Marcus, quickly realized her mistake. Marcus was a fraud. No lands, no wealth, just empty pride. But it was too late. Until one sunny morning, a line of black cars rolled into the village. Out stepped Daniel, dressed in fine clothes, surrounded by bodyguards, and followed by his father's lawyers and business partners. He had returned. The whole village stood in awe. Children followed the cars. Women gasped. Men bowed in respect. But Amara, she hid behind a wooden door, her heart thundering in her chest. Daniel wasn't just wealthy. He was wealth itself. He came not to flaunt, but for a purpose: to find a wife. But not Amara. Daniel had spent the last year learning the truth about people. And during that time, he'd come to know Amara's cousin Leah, simple, quiet, and sincere. She had once brought him food when he was sick, even when she had little herself. No expectations, no games. Daniel proposed. Leah said yes. The wedding was grand. The village rejoiced. Fireworks lit the sky.